So it's very interesting to see the creative minds behind the project, but it's been tons of fun, and I think it's uniquely to me because it's a shoe that can do a lot. It's a versatile shoe.
What does privilege in women's basketball look like? A'ja Wilson debuts her Nike signature shoe, while Caitlin Clark, a true game changer, is sidelined by the same billion-dollar brand. Why the disparity? It's time to question how the spotlight is shared and who truly deserves it.
Come on, Andy, you know the question for that. You know the answer for that.
We know that she is signed with Nike. We know she got screwed. And I mean that. We know she got absolutely screwed in that Nike deal.
Here's where it gets intriguing. A'ja Wilson stars in a flashy Nike campaign about winning, yet falters when it counts. The playoffs? A disaster. Poor ratings and an embarrassing exit. Is this the performance worthy of being the sport's face? Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is rewriting history, shattering records, and using her rising platform to elevate the entire WNBA. The contrast is striking. One seems wrapped in self-congratulation, while the other is driven by a mission to inspire real change. It raises a compelling question. Shouldn't the spotlight shine on those making a genuine impact, not just selling an image?
A lot of hard work, but also a lot of fun. And I have an awesome team that is trying to put my weird words that I say into a shoe, which is great because I'm like, I want the thing that goes the thing. And then they're like, okay, we got it.
So who truly holds the privilege? A'ja Wilson or Caitlin Clark? In this video, we're unpacking their contrasting Nike campaigns, dissecting their vastly different messages, and exploring why, despite Nike's missteps, Clark stands tall as a class act. She's an inspiring role model and a powerful brand ambassador redefining the game. Ready to dive in? Let's go.
If you are a signed athlete, if you're a signature athlete, it doesn't really matter how much money you make off your initial deal. All that really matters is how much money you are making from the shoes. And
you won't believe the fiasco A'ja Wilson's Nike deal has turned into. A marketing blunder that feels like a slow-motion train wreck, and we're here for every twist. Remember the over-the-top hype around Wilson's signature shoe? Turns out that fanfare came at a steep cost that could haunt Nike for years. Meanwhile, as the brand showered Wilson with attention, Caitlin Clark stormed the scene, rewriting the narrative with record-breaking performances and undeniable impact. While Nike fumbled with misplaced priorities, Clark proved that real influence doesn't need a red carpet. It just needs a player who's truly changing the game.
He struck absolute gold when they signed Caitlin Clark to an 8-year, $28 million endorsement deal. So why in the world are they ignoring her?
Nike's in full-blown panic mode, scrambling to recover from a colossal misstep. They completely missed the mark on Caitlin Clark, the biggest phenomenon women's basketball has ever seen. Meanwhile, A'ja Wilson is busy polishing MVP trophies, convinced she's still the game's biggest star. Newsflash, A'ja, it's Caitlin Clark's world now, and everyone else is just a guest. Desperation runs high as Nike tries to keep Wilson relevant, but the ship hasn't just sailed, it's capsized, sunk, and become a relic. While Wilson clings to past glory, Clark continues to redefine the game and leave Nike reeling in her wake.
at this stage, it is just the company fumbling the bag in a generational fashion.
Here's the juicy bit. Word is Nike's holding off on giving Caitlin Clark her own shoe until 2026, all to avoid upsetting A'ja Wilson. Seriously? They're so afraid of bruising egos that they've fumbled the opportunity to celebrate Clark's game-changing impact. This isn't just dropping the ball, it's throwing it completely out of play.
During Nike's Q2 earnings, CEO Elliot Hill indicates Caitlin's shoe will be coming for the 2026 season.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is rewriting record books, packing arenas, and bringing women's basketball to new heights. She's secured an incredible $28 million deal with Nike over 8 years, yet has nothing to show for it. No promo, no shoe, nothing. Her fans are livid, and Nike's brilliant solution? Make her wait even longer. Because that's totally fair, right? Instead of celebrating a generational talent, they're dragging their feet, leaving everyone wondering how they could fumble this badly.
Anyone can wear. It's not a big man shoe, a big woman shoe. It's a shoe that it's going to be comfortable for everyone, and I hope everyone feels that. So I think it's uniquely to me because it is something it can adapt and adjust to anything, and I feel like that's me.
Here's the bottom line. Nike's caught in a PR disaster, struggling to manage Aja Wilson's inflated ego while Caitlin Clark's popularity soars. Spoiler alert, it's not going well. It's a circus without a ringmaster, and the chaos is just beginning. How is Caitlin handling it? Remember when Aja Wilson accused others of privilege? The irony's palpable, especially as Clark handles everything with grace while Nike fumbles.
Paige reminds me a lot of you. Like, you say it's not really about me. And she knows how her privilege has gotten her to that point. And also, like, she's good at basketball, but like, she understands her privilege. It's like what pushes her over the top, in a sense. It reminds me a lot of you. And I mean, that's a compliment.
Oh, the irony. Looks like Miss High and Mighty has found herself in the ultimate foot-in-mouth moment. But here's the kicker, Caitlin Clark's response. It's a classy mic drop moment that'll have you standing up and cheering. The real difference between Caitlin and Aja isn't just about who's sinking more shots. It's their mindset. And trust me, the contrast couldn't be more striking. Caitlin's grace and focus speak volumes, while Aja's actions show a completely different approach to the game and life.
The more people can get out and watch the W or watch the college game or whatever it is, the better it's going to be for the future of the game.
Aja Wilson is out here acting like royalty, strutting around as if the court belongs to her and everyone else is just lucky to exist in her shadow. Newsflash, Aja. Nobody owes you anything. That I'm the star energy is fading fast. Now, let's talk about Caitlin Clark. She's smashing records, rewriting history, and yet, you'd never guess it by her demeanor. Humble, grounded, and always giving credit to her teammates, Caitlin doesn't seem to realize she's the biggest name in women's basketball right now. And here's the best part. Caitlin isn't sitting around throwing shade or complaining about Nike. Instead, she's using her platform to uplift the entire WNBA. At a recent Nike event, her focus wasn't on herself. It was on the team, on growing the game, and on empowering others. It's a level of selflessness Aja Wilson could learn a thing or two from.
The amount of people that have showed up in the stadiums, from the viewership numbers to people really wanting to wear a WNBA player's jersey or buy their merch or whatever it is or have their shoe. Just how it's evolved in such a short period of time, I think shows everyone, there is real opportunity here, and there has been opportunity here.
That's what true leadership looks like. Vision, humility, and lifting others, not just yourself. When things don't go Aja Wilson's way, she's quick to point fingers. After a tough game against the New York Liberty, she cried, "I just feel like we're not getting the calls we deserve. It's frustrating when you're playing hard and the refs aren't seeing it. Boo-hoo, Aja." Ever think about playing better instead of blaming the refs? True leaders focus on their own performance, not external excuses.
But also it goes hand in hand. That's it. And if I get fined for this, I'm terribly sorry, but it's ridiculous. We've been going through this all season, so everybody got to their job.
Now, compare that to Caitlin Clark. She owns her mistakes like a true professional. After a tough game, she's the first to admit, "I need to step up for my team. I can't let them down like that. We win together, we lose together, and I take that responsibility seriously." That's the sound of real leadership.
Caitlin, it's said that the best point guards are more worried about their teammates than they are about themselves. What do you like more, setting your teammates up or scoring the ball yourself?
Honestly, I think setting my teammates up, I think that just provides so much more energy to the team. It gets everybody going, and when everybody can touch the ball and get going in that way, I think it just, everybody just flows a little bit better. The offense flows a little bit better.
Let's talk about how they treat their teammates. Aja Wilson acts like she's carrying the whole team on her back, while Caitlin Clark is constantly lifting up her squad. Caitlin says, "I wouldn't be where I am without my teammates. They challenge me every day to be better, and I'm grateful for every single one of them." Do you see the difference? Bottom line, Aja Wilson's entitled attitude isn't winning her any fans, it's pushing them away. True leaders build their teammates up, not tear them down.
I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try to be the best. I get y'all saying best player in the world. That's great. It looks great.
but I want to be the best person. I want to be the best teammate, because that's how I get the best out of my team.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's humility and accountability are attracting fans to women's basketball like never before. One fan perfectly summed it up. Caitlin is the kind of player you can't help but root for. She's incredibly talented, but she never forgets where she came from or who helped her along the way. And here's the thing. This difference in attitude isn't just about winning a popularity contest. It's the kind of thing that shapes careers. Sure, Aja Wilson might have the hardware now, but Caitlin has the hearts of the fans. In the long run, that genuine connection, the admiration and respect of the people is what truly matters. Fans remember the player who uplifts others, not just the one who claims the spotlight.
I came to see Caitlin Clark tonight.
Oh, gotta watch number 22.
I've been watching Caitlin for a couple of years, and since then I've dreamed about coming to a game.
Forget Aja Wilson's pity party for a moment and focus on someone who's truly transforming the game, Caitlin Clark. She's not just playing basketball, she's rewriting the entire playbook. Let's talk numbers. Caitlin's drawing crowds like no one else. Packed arenas, skyrocketing TV ratings, double check. This isn't just about stats on the court anymore. Caitlin is single-handedly revolutionizing women's basketball. Break it down, and it's clear why her work ethic is absolutely unmatched. While Aja might be lounging by the pool, Caitlin's living in the gym. Her practice isn't just a routine, it's a lifestyle. And let's not forget her community impact. Caitlin's everywhere, connecting with fans, uplifting teammates, and elevating not just the league, but the entire sport of women's basketball. She's a true game changer in every sense.
I think that's what's so exciting. So the more we can continue to expand that and, continue to have games on national television and get people in seats, because when they show up in a stadium, they're always coming back. That's usually how it works. They fall in love with a team or a player, or maybe they go for one player and then they, like another player.
Caitlin Clark isn't just focused on herself, she's thinking about the bigger picture, the entire sport of women's basketball and its fans. They're loving every second of it. Caitlin's authenticity is magnetic, and it shows. Her social media is exploding with millions of followers hanging on to her every post. It's a stark contrast to Aja Wilson's me-first mentality, and people are noticing. Let's be real. Caitlin Clark isn't just redefining what it means to be a basketball player. She's setting a new standard for what it means to be a true role model in women's sports. She's leading by example in every way.
Honestly, it makes me smile in return. For me, I'm just myself. That's what I try to be. I try to just be a great role model for them, and I think it speaks to how I was raised as a kid. I've loved every second of playing sports, but also my parents always preach there's so much more to life than just sport.
Here's a wild thought. What if everything we know about women's basketball is about to be completely turned upside down? While Aja Wilson is busy guarding her legacy, Caitlin Clark is out here building an empire. And let me tell you, the difference couldn't be starker. This isn't just about two players anymore, it's about the future of the entire WNBA. Aja's stuck in a fantasy, believing her MVP trophies will keep her relevant forever. Newsflash, Aja, those won't be enough. The game is evolving faster than ever, and you're getting left behind. Brands are scrambling to collaborate with Caitlin, fans can't get enough of her, and even the men's league is taking notice of what she's bringing to the table. Why? Because Caitlin Clark isn't just an athlete, she's a movement, changing the game in ways no one saw coming.
Caitlin Clark and the many athletes that are coming into the WNBA are showing that these endorsement deals will follow great players and great ambassadors.
Aja Wilson's biggest blind spot is clear. She doesn't see that her success and the league's growth are deeply connected. While she's busy clinging to her Queen Bee status, she's missing the bigger picture entirely. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, understands it perfectly. In every interview and public appearance, Caitlin emphasizes her teammates, the fans, and the league as a whole. That's what genuine leadership looks like. Why does it matter? Caitlin's forward-thinking approach is attracting new fans and creating unprecedented opportunities for women's basketball. Meanwhile, Aja seems stuck chasing personal accolades that are quickly losing their shine. The future of the sport isn't about individual trophies, it's about building something lasting and transformative. And Caitlin Clark is at the forefront of that movement.
I'm curious, where would you rank her amongst all-time college players, in your opinion?
Ooh, that's tough because you got to win one. I feel like that college is one of those spaces where you got to win one for them to even have your name in the conversation. And it took me 3 years to win mine, so it's hard.
This isn't just a minor shift. It's a seismic earthquake poised to redefine women's basketball for years. The old guard needs to wake up before they fade into irrelevance like last year's highlight reel. So, WNBA, what's the plan? Stick to an outdated playbook and risk obscurity, or embrace the Caitlin Clark era and aim for greatness. Right now, only one player has the vision, ambition, and drive to elevate this league to unprecedented heights. And spoiler alert, it's not A'ja Wilson. Caitlin Clark is the future, and the league's success depends on recognizing her potential to lead women's basketball into a new golden age.
Caitlin Clark is a superstar. Not a female superstar, she is a superstar.
We were coming to see Caitlin Clark play.
She moves the needle. The WNBA has been looking for someone who moves the needle.
Let's be real. A'ja Wilson's privilege tantrum has officially backfired, and the fallout couldn't be clearer. While Asia's busy throwing shade, Caitlin Clark is revolutionizing women's basketball and elevating it to unprecedented heights. The WNBA needs to wake up because this shift isn't just happening, it's inevitable. We're not talking about some flash-in-the-pan rookie. Caitlin Clark is the real deal, dominating the court and captivating fans everywhere. Anyone clinging to the old ways, they're about to be left in the dust. So, WNBA and Nike, what's the play? Keep catering to A'ja Wilson's ego and risk fading into irrelevance? Or embrace the Caitlin Clark era and unlock a future of unmatched potential? The choice is yours, but let's be honest, there's only one player with the vision, talent, and leadership to redefine this league. Her name? Caitlin Elizabeth Clark. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments and join the conversation about the future of women's basketball. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.